Right, everyone, and welcome to another week of League Racing Highlights. And yeah, we're back to the full roster this week. And yeah, timestamps will be in the description below. And yeah, first race then for today, it is Former Xbox Season 7, Round 10 I think of the season we are on now. And yeah, obviously we have missed 3 whole races unfortunately. And yeah, you would think that would have put us well out of the championship fight, but somehow, due to quite a lot of bad luck for our teammate, the Amazement, we're not actually that far back at this point of the season. Like, I'll say not that far, it's like 50 something points I think, but still, like, you'd expect to be a lot further back after having 3 straight non-scores. And yeah, it's quite unlikely that we're going to be able to catch him because he is very quick, but you know, if he keeps on having misfortune and we can be consistent, then who knows. But yeah, we're certainly a lot closer than I thought I was going to be. So yeah, that is something to at least take from missing 3 races. And yeah, it's a shame that I did miss Austria. I think that was probably the track I could have done the best at. But yeah, the team may not have been so bad. So yeah, on Silverstone, which I'm hoping I can do. I didn't really do too well here last season. Due to, well, sort of one incident, it wasn't my fault, and then just some general bad driving from myself. But yeah, here today then we looked quite decent I think. We were 4th on the grid. Our teammates took pole then, and it was Sinan and Melanie I think, Melanie, I don't know. You have to let me know how you say that, sorry. And yeah, he is 3rd on the grid then. He has sort of joined since I was away. So yeah, he looks pretty quick. But yeah, you can see heavy rain for the whole race then. So it's looking like a one-start strategy then. We're just going to underfuel the car as much as we can. Well, sort of. And yeah, we've got lights coming on now then. Away we go then. And it is a very slow start to the race then. Trying to get some traction in front of these tyres. And we're on the inside then for turn 1. And there's got to be careful here that we don't just understeer out wide, but it does look like we are through then into 3rd position as Melanie went wide there, and that allowed the Mighty Midget through as well. So yeah, we're up into 3rd then. Mighty Midget right there, they're alongside us into turn 4 there, and he's gone through, and we'll have to see if we can fight back here then, wrestling the car out of the turn 5 there, as we're now heading down the Wellington straight towards Brooklands. We're on the inside then, but we'll see if we can actually get through on the brakes. Doesn't look like we're going to be able to. In fact, we may actually be under pressure now from Melanie behind us there. And yeah, he's on the inside, but it looks like we've just managed to maintain a position there. And we're through, well, not through, but we've maintained the 4th place for the time being then. So it looks like Mighty Midget then has gained 2 places then from where he started, as we've actually gone a bit wide there into Cops Corner. That is probably going to have affected us quite a bit towards Backus and Beckett's, and it does indeed look like Melani's going to get alongside us here then, and through he goes then into 4th position. And yeah, not the best first lap for us then, but still keeping it just about in the right direction there as we slide back quite a bit out of Chapel. But yeah, on to lap 6 then. Those 3 in front of us, they really battled quite a lot during this first part of the race. Didn't seem that Sinan really had the pace from 2nd on the grid, and yeah, he sort of fell back towards us, and after having quite a battle with the other 2, but it just allowed the Amazement to run away at the front, and yeah, he made a mistake there, and that allowed us to take the position off him then, and we go up into 4th place. We'll have to see if we can catch the other 2 now. The virtual safety car does come out though, and in fact the Amazement disconnected, and then his car just stopped in the middle of Maggots, because that makes complete sense, doesn't it? Because that always happens when someone disconnects. And yeah, that's completely ruined his race then, because he had drive-through penalties as well on top of that when he finally did reconnect. So yeah, we come in then on lap 13 for our pit stop. Obviously we did try out a full wet, well, we did do a full wet race here once in the F1 league, and I did try a no stop on that day, and it didn't work out. I don't actually think I even uploaded that race, having said that. So yeah, it didn't work out that day. I got a puncture a couple of laps from the end. So yeah, we're definitely going to come for a pit stop this time. And yeah, a little bit slow because I think we had someone coming in behind us there. But yeah, we got a lap earlier than the top two, so that is interesting there. And unfortunately, our teammate is pretty much nearly a lap down because of all those drive-through penalties he just got thrown on him. As we can't bit in third position, and so that's pretty good for us there. It's looking like we may be able to get a podium here. As in fact, if you see that player, the Mighty Midget actually disconnected. He's now rejoined, but you can see there he's lost quite a lot of time and is still losing quite a bit of time as he waits to be able to rejoin his car. And yeah, that has really allowed us then to close right back up to him then at least. And yeah, we closed right up to the back and then we were on his tail for quite a few laps trying to force a mistake out of him. And yeah, he did not manage to pull away from us once again, even though he did seem quite a bit quicker than us certainly earlier on in the race. And yeah, was taking it nice and cautiously through Maggots and Beckett's here, trying to force a mistake. And in fact, he does have a big slide there, and that does allow us to get right in behind him, then down the hanger straight. We go to the outside line, then try and take the race in line before we get to the corner. And yeah, it looks like we just about done it. We're going to try and hang it on around the outside there, and yeah, it has just about worked for us then. We're into second position, and we'll just have to hope we can hold on to it now then for the final lap. But he's coming back with us then through club corner, and we're on the outside then, but we may get better traction there. And yeah, still side by side, but it looks like we've just about come out ahead then, and we're going to lead this battle then onto the final lap, as our teammate sets fast lap then a lap down now. And yeah, we are just about then managing to hang on to this position. And yeah, I'm very happy with this one actually, because wet races tend not to go very well for me, certainly in heavy rain. But yeah, for some reason things just seem to feel alright in these conditions today at Silverstone. As we cross the line then, and Midget was very close there, but we do take second position here, and I do believe Midget had a penalty anyway, so it didn't matter. So yeah, well done to Melanie for the win there. And yeah, second place for us then. Unfortunately for Joe, he was outside the points then with all those drive-through penalties that he had to serve early on. And yeah, I'm not actually sure what the standings are, but they should be on screen right now, and we should have closed in quite a bit. So yeah, having missed those 3 races, it's still looking not too bad for us, I don't think. Some other people sort of joining in the fight as well, I think. And yeah, that's that then for this week's Former Xbox. Moving on then to the Apollo League, and it is the start of season 3.5, as season 3, for reasons I still don't really know, got cancelled, and yeah, we're now starting a new 12 race season. So it's a bit of a shame that we're not doing the full, well, a sort of a fullish season to end off on this game, but yeah, we'll have to see how it goes then. And yeah, it is a bit of a shame actually, because I was actually looking forward to sort of resuming the title fight once I was back. But yeah, I guess we'll never get to see what would have happened in that. There's quite a few people sort of joining on that fight. I know Feely was in it, Jack Sparr, Ping was in it as well. So it could have been quite an interesting title fight, but yeah, for some reason, yeah, it has been cancelled then, and we've got a new season then. Everyone's starting from scratch again, and we've actually got CK back in the league as well. So yeah, that's another contender to throw into the mix there. The season 2 champion and season 1 champion, sorry. And yeah, we'll have to see how it goes then. As Brazil then, not usually a track you see at the first race, well, unless you go back to like the early 90s. But yeah, that lap didn't go too well. You may have noticed I made a huge mistake into turn 1, and the lap was rather untidy from there. We only qualified 8th then, but we're on the grid now. Away we go then for the start of season 3.5, and it is a decent start then from us in 8th place, our teammate directly in front of us there. Into turn 1 we do break a little bit late there, lock up a bit, and that allows someone to go around our outside, but there's actually contact there between Kung Fu, Kenny Jack and the Rudsters there, and they both spun out. That's allowed us to get straight up then into 5th position, so a good start there. Our teammate also getting in 3 positions as well. We've got Selfak was trying to pass in there, but there's been a bit of contact. He's out of shape, and we're going to try and go through here in turn 5, and there is contact there, but luckily we get away with a bit of lag as well, so not really sure what it was. But yeah, Feely is out of the race, and unfortunately not sure what happened to him, but it looks like there was a collision somewhere back there, and he is out of the race. So yeah, on to lap 2 then. It's been a very good start for both me and Sir Lane here. It looks like we're a little bit quicker than at this point, as we're heading now towards turn 4 at the inside, and yeah, he actually runs a bit wide there himself. So yep, through we go and onto the podium already then in this race. We'll have to see what we can do from here. Now I did sort of learn from my mistake of last season of staying out too long and trying to be quick on the medium tyres near the end, and yeah, if you saw that race from the end of season 2, you'll see we lost quite a bit of time doing that, just from the massive undercut that people got on us. So yeah, we are going to go on to the hard tyres then on lap 4 then, a very early stop, but I think that will be the right thing to do here. And in fact, Payne and Jack Sparr both did the same thing, so yeah, it does seem that that is the right thing to do, and I was a bit disappointed actually that they did come in, so I was hoping that maybe I'll take catch them out, but no, they knew what to do, so yeah, we couldn't catch them there. As on to lap 10 then, not really much happening for us, but then Payne has actually spun out there. Looks like there's a lag incident between him and Jack Sparr, so yeah, once again this game just continuing with its fuckery, and yeah, nothing much happened after that. Payne did chase us down here. I did have to maintain a decent pace towards the end because he certainly closed just about to within DRS range at the end, but yeah, he ran out of laps, and yeah, we took second place then. A solid start to the season for us then, and yeah, well done to Jack Sparr for taking the first win of the season then. And not sure what happened to my teammate, unfortunately I had to make him a second pit stop there by the looks of things, and yeah, he finished down in 7th place. So yeah, a very solid opening round of the season then. Moving on now then to round 2 of the season then, which is at the Canadian Grand Prix. So yeah, quite an interesting calendar we've got here, only 12 races, and yeah, in a very different order to where you would normally see them, I think, for the most part. But yeah, it was a very solid start to the season for us there at P2. Not a very interesting race, but we got the points, so I think that is the most important thing here as we come to the end of our lap. And it is a very good qualifying for us there. P3 on the grid, with the Roadsters actually taking pole position there from Payne. And then it's Feely in 4th, Stealth Falcons in 5th, Elusive Kev 6th, our teammate Sir Lane in 7th, and actually Jack Sparr there, the winner in Brazil, only 8th on the grid, so an interesting grid then as the lights are coming on now. Away we go then, and it is a decent start from us there. I think Payne actually had the best start though, and he's having a look at Roadsters into turn 1, but yeah, we were quite cautious there on the brakes. We're now going to have Feely alongside us there, it looks like through turn 2. We should have better traction there on the outside, and yeah, we do, and we maintain 3rd place and off the line, so an alright start for us there. Didn't manage to make any impact on the leaders, but still an alright start, managed to avoid any trouble there, and yeah, we're following the front 2 then. We'll have to see if they get into any battles. We see Payne there lagging a little bit as we skip then to later on in the lap there. The Roadsters having to go defensive a little bit as Payne is now lining them up into the far chicane, but he backs out of it, and yeah, that may allow us to get right into the back of him now then, down the pit straight towards the first corner then on lap 2, and we're going to think about it on the brakes. He gives us space there, but yeah, we couldn't really do anything with it, and yeah, we have to settle for P3 then for the time being. We do have a decent run though out of turn 2 again, but no, we're not going to be able to do anything there, and yeah, he was much quicker through that chicane actually, and that cost us quite a bit of time. We skip then to lap 5 where we come in for our pit stop. Roadsters actually came in a couple of laps earlier, and yeah, the mandatory tyre here is the soft tyre, and that can just go on forever. So yeah, it doesn't matter really much when you pit at this track. As CK left the session now, I think he may have ready to quit, but I don't really know at the time, so I was inviting him back there. And yeah, I do think he rejoined quite a bit later on in the race. As yeah, we rejoined then, Roadsters comfortably ahead of us still, as we didn't really seem to have the pace of him or Payne. Earlier on the race, we dropped about 5 seconds behind them. Then on to lap 11, and once the pit stops are shaken out, and the Roadsters actually crashed out the race. I think another lag incident there, so once again, someone being a victim of that shit game. But yeah, once again, really nothing much happening in this one, as yeah, out of the far chicane then, just not really much of a battle, and once again, a bit lucky to get P2, probably should have had P3 in both races, but still, very happy with that. A good solid start to the season, with Payne taking the win this time, and yeah, we were in 2nd, and a little limp on the podium in 3rd. Our teammate was 5th. Unfortunately, I think he got a bit confused with the mandatory tyre here, so I had to make a second pit stop. But still a solid P5 for him, as you'll see from the standings, that does actually put us to the top of the constructors, and also in the driver standings. Well, I'm up in second place then, so that's good for me there. And yeah, I believe it's Payne who's currently leading at this point then. And yeah, that's it then for this week's polling. Last up for today then is the F1 League Season 5 round number 15 or 16, I'm not quite sure, but yeah, I think it is actually 16. The Malaysia Grand Prix, and yep, here we are then in qualifying, and yep, just hoping for the best result possible here today then, because well, yeah, we don't have to worry about a championship or anything, certainly not our own driver's championship anyway. This season has been a write-off pretty much since round 5 of the season, when we had sort of 3 non-scores in the first 5 races. So yeah, when you put on top of that the 2 races we had to miss, as well as that disastrous Hungary race, yeah, this whole season has just been quite a write-off really. Just the Monaco win has sort of been like the sort of saving grace in a way, but yeah, still plenty for us to be racing for then in these final 6 rounds of the season, I think it is. And yeah, if you include this one, obviously we are still in the Constructors' Championship fight, and also in the Drivers' Championship we have sort of got a bit of a sort of supporting role to play really for our teammate F1 Maestro, who currently leads the championship by 19 points. So yeah, obviously we don't really want it to sort of come to that where we have to, you know, sacrifice maybe a win or something, but it may come to that unfortunately for us. But yeah, to the line then we go in 6th position, we get bumped down to 7th, and it was the Amazement then who took pole position with Zygmunt 2nd and Maestro in 3rd. So yeah, we'll see what we can do then. We were the sort of the slowest in the top 10 of the soft tyre people, but not the slowest soft person overall. As yeah, for League Dry Racing, which is unusual to see here. Yeah, and yeah, the hard tyres will be the ones that we'll be wanting to use for most of the race really. The overcut here I think is quite powerful, I think, so you do pit quite early as the lights are coming on that. Away we go then, and it is a decent start from 7th place. We do get a bit too much full spin I think, and that does sort of compromise our run towards turn 1. We see Pepsi on the inside there. We're going to sort of try and follow his line there, as we see Maestro and Commander actually collide, and then they collect Pepsi, and yeah, a bit of a 3-way collision there. And yeah, we were sort of left with nowhere to go on the inside. We saw the Leopard bike there from 8th to 3rd, so a great start from him. CK from the back has gone up to 7th already, so yeah, we sort of missed out on an opportunity there, sort of getting bunched in. And yeah, with the instant run for investors, we actually miss our braking point a little bit there into turn 4. That allows CK to get past us there, but really we don't want to be behind him because he is on the hard tyres. And yeah, these soft tyres will go off pretty quickly, but we don't really want to be losing time behind people on hard tyres, so we do luckily manage to find more grip running outside in turn 6 and retake the position for the time being. But as up at the front we've got the Amazement and Silent Mole running away at the front. See Jordan Gibbs going for the vicious move there on somebody, but CK's doing the same to us there. And yeah, we just managed to get away with it then. Maestro and Commander both recovered then, they're not far behind either, as we've got people all over the back of us then. And yeah, it's Maestro who is through then and into 7th position as we head now towards the penultimate corner, one of my least favourite corners on the game to be honest, and Maestro died at the inside there. Took me a bit by surprise there actually, and yeah, he's got it done then, and he's into 6th position, and we'll have to see if we can sort of catch back up to that group now then, because we don't want to really be battling too much here, as we've got yeah, the chasing pack then still behind us. We've got 2 Manners there, the Williams in there as well. As across the line we go, we're trying to break the slipstream a little bit, and yeah, towards turn 1 then, and CK's down on the inside then, and trying to go past both of us. We've got Jork on the outside as well there, so it's getting very bunched up into these first few corners on the beginning of lap 2, and Maestro has lost the back end there. I think he went quite aggressive on his setup, and yeah, lost the back end coming out of turn 2, so that's allowed us to take the position there. And yeah, but now diving inside there as CK, as I think we've lost someone up front in the front now. I think it may have been Jordan Gibbs, I'm not sure. As yeah, we tried to dive at the inside there, didn't quite work. Tried to do what Maestro did actually, and yeah, we've still got a good run there. We've got slipstream towards the final corner. We're on the outside. See if we go around the outside. We actually outbrake ourselves there, and looks like it's going to allow our teammate through. Is it? I think it is. As we're going side by side down the pit straight, and yeah, on to lap 3 now then. And towards turn 1 we've got the man there looking at us as well. We've got his tail of the Vol, as once again it's getting all bunched up into turn 1 between sort of this midfield group, and Maestro gets ahead this time, and we've lost out to tail of the Vol as well. We may lose out to the other man here as well, and CK there on hard tyres is yeah, staying ahead of all these soft and medium runners then. So yeah, we miss our braking point a little bit there again into turn 4. That's going to allow Jork to get alongside us there, and yeah, we managed to stay ahead then. I think he may have had damage actually, I'm not sure, but yeah, we actually decided to pit at the end of that lap then. So I do feel that the undercut here is quite powerful, and yeah, the hard tyres can go quite a long way I've found, and they don't really have like a massive drop off in performance. Like we do like a half an hour practice session at sort of the beginning of this lobby, and I did hard tyres for about 14 laps I think before they just became completely undrivable, and like even around like the 11th and 12th laps I was still setting personal best lap times. So yeah, you do really get like quite a lot of life out of them. So we're going to see if we can make the undercut work for us here then, and jump some people. And in fact we do actually close right to the back there Maestro when he rejoins from the pits, but it wasn't really as much of a gain as I had hoped for there. As I say, I'm not that particularly quick around this track anymore at least, and yeah, we then see a bit of a lag incident there between Matt Lovett and Maestro. I'm not really sure what happened, but Matt Lovett is off into the wall, and we close it to the back there Terranova, who has yet to pit, and yeah, he missed his braking point, and I was just sort of following him there, and yeah, we managed to eventually get past him there and into 9th place, and yeah, we've now had CK then pit for the medium tyres, and he is going to try and pass here into turn 1, and we'll try not to collide with him like we did in Apollo, as we do lock up a little bit, but yeah, it's nice and clean this time, and this time then we stay ahead then, and yeah, round turn 3 he's still going to have a good run so towards turn 4. And I think most people have pitted by this point. I think we're just waiting for Casey Legend to pit at this point. He also started on the hard tyres as CK there goes running outside of us in turn 4. Nice overtake from him there, and he's through and into 7th position. And yeah, we then pit at the end of lap 15. As you can see, Casey has now pitted there. We were in the 7th position. So yeah, in we come then for our second and final stop. We did 12 laps on those tyres. So yeah, I'd say we should be able to do 13 on this second set then. Track will be a little bit more rubbered in, so yeah, we should be fine to do that then. We didn't have like a massive drop off like I said about earlier, so yeah, out of the pits then we come. Going to be in 10th position then, and yeah, obviously most people still yet to pit, so we'll see if this undercut works again then. And yeah, we had dropped a few seconds behind our teammate, and we do almost get ahead of him here as he comes out the pit. So yeah, it nearly worked that time, but we'll have to see if we can actually, you know, stick with him this time, because in the last stint, as I say, the pace just wasn't really there, and we dropped back quite a bit. And unfortunately, later in the lap, we actually cut a corner there, and I had previously run wide twice in turn 6, so that was a 3-second penalty there. And I wasn't really expecting many people to have penalties at this track, but then we see Pepsi and Maestro have had a collision there out of turn 2, and that was allowed us to close right up to the back and then in turn 3, and Pepsi just about staying ahead for the time being then, it looks like. And there you see Casey has rejoined for his second stop in front of us there, so he has made that one work, and it's getting very close there. In fact, I think Maestro has just spun it there. Yes, he has. A collision with Pepsi, it looks like, who I think is letting him back through there, so that was allowed us to get back up into 6th position. So yeah, we probably will be expected to return that position for his Drivers' Championship charge, but obviously with the 3-second penalty, I don't really want to do that unless like I know he has a penalty, and yeah, I was pretty sure that he didn't at this point. And yeah, also I didn't really want to lose like time to Pepsi in case he didn't have a penalty either. But yeah, Mike had the run there, and he managed to, oh well, I sort of blended out of the throttle slightly to let him through. And yeah, I did manage to stick with him there, and I did consider trying to repass him, but I didn't really want to like push him back into Pepsi, like in case Pepsi didn't have a penalty. So yeah, I sort of had to sort of play a bit of a guard role here then to try and stop him losing a position here. But we come to the line then, Maestro gets 6th. We actually do keep 7th then, because Pepsi also had a penalty there, as it turns out. So yeah, it didn't make a difference for us in the end then. The Amazement takes the win and slashes that Drivers' Championship lead then. I'm not really sure what the gap is. I don't think the standings are available yet, so yeah, it is very close, that's all I know. Simon went with 2nd, CK with the most notable performance for his 14th to 3rd drive there. And yeah, so yeah, as I say, I don't think the standings will be on the screen because I don't think they are available yet. But if you enjoy this week of highlights, leave a like, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.